Hi friends, in this class we are going to discuss voltage shunt feedback amplifier analysis. For that, I am taking one of the examples as common emitter configuration with bypassed emitter resistance. This is the circuit taken for analysis. This is nothing but a common emitter amplifier. The emitter resistance is not present here, so it is called as a bypassed RE, bypassed emitter resistance, common emitter amplifier. In this amplifier, we are going to insert the feedback network between the collector terminal and base terminal. That means between output and input, we are going to form a feedback network. Hence, this circuit becomes as an example of voltage shunt feedback amplifier. In the next step, we have to justify that this circuit belongs to voltage shunt feedback amplifier. For that, we have to follow some steps, and for justifying this circuit belongs to voltage shunt feedback amplifier, and to make further analysis like finding the gain, input resistance with feedback and output resistance feedback, we have to follow 7 steps which was already discussed in my previous videos. Here we are going to first take step 1 for identifying the topology that this circuit belongs to voltage shunt feedback amplifier. Step 1, identification of topology. For identifying the topology, we perform step 1, under which there are 2 subdivisions are there. First one is finding in the output side what type of sampling is done here. Second, what type of mixing is done in the input side. These 2 parameters we have to analyze. For that, first we take what type of sampling is used. Usually for this, we ground the output voltage terminal. If I ground this, means the feedback signal becomes as 0 or not. That we have to identify here. Okay, so by shorting the output voltage, that is the V0 terminal is shorted to ground. If we short this terminal, then feedback signal becomes 0, means it is nothing but the voltage sampling. So see here, the relationship between the feedback signal and the output voltage is IF is equal to beta into V0. Here what I am doing, V0, I am making V0 as 0. Hence what happens, IF also becomes as 0. IF also becomes as 0. Hence this type of sampling is called voltage sampling. Okay, right. In the second step, we have to perform what type of mixing is happening. Here we are making the IS, the current is the output, the feedback signal is fed back as a shunt connection in the input side. If we perform shunt connection, means the voltage source can be converted into current source. So then only we can make the shunt connection. Hence, if we convert the voltage source into current source, means the circuit will become as current source with parallel to the source resistance. This becomes as IS. Hence, we make a shunt connection. This is IF. So what happens? I can say the input current is nothing but the subtraction difference between the source current and feedback current. From this, I can say the mixing is type of shunt mixing. So the feedback current is IF, feedback signal is current signal. So that is subtracted from the source current signal. Hence, I can say input current is nothing but the difference of IS and IF. Hence, it is a shunt mixing type. Okay. From this, we can come to the conclusion that the circuit belongs to voltage shunt feedback amplifier. Step 2, finding the input circuit. Step 2 is to find the input circuit. For that, we have to perform, depends on the sampling type, we have to perform some operations. Already we have found in step 1, as this is a voltage sampling circuit in the output side. Hence we make the same step performed in the step 1. Setting the V0 is equal to 0, means making the output voltage terminal as 0. So the collector is connected to the output terminal. Hence this output side becomes as 0. The effect of RF, because the RF is connected between the input and output side. So in the circuit, input and output side, RF is connected. If I make this pin as ground, means the entire term becomes as 0. So that means the RF is now grounded. So I can redraw the circuit as shown in this diagram. Okay. So how? So the RF is connected to the input side. So it is disconnected from the output side because the other end is already grounded. Okay. So this is the thing should be done in the step 2. Step 3. Finding the output circuit. In step 3, we have to find the output circuit. For that, we have to check what type of mixing happens here. So, as per step 1, we have found that it is a sun type mixing. Hence, we perform making the input voltage as 0. So, if the input voltage made as 0 means the input side there will be no supply voltage or any input voltage. Hence, it is the base term is grounded. Only the RF is affected on the output side. So step 2 and step 3 are very important to form a step 4, that is drawing the equivalent circuit. So here in input circuit we made V0 is equal to 0. The RF will be affected in the input side. For finding output circuit we made VA is equal to 0. So the input side is everything is made 0. So RF is affected in the output side. Combining these two circuits, we are going to draw a combined circuit consists of step 2 and 3. So this is the combined circuit performing step 2 and 3. So both is combined as the entire circuit. So this red color marking presents the input side and the violet color marking presents the output circuit. From this, so here what we have to consider is the RF is connected between collector and base. Now is separated as input side and output side. Hence, after drawing this circuit diagram, then we perform the step 4. Step 4. Drawing the equivalent circuit for the given circuit diagram. In step 4, we usually perform the replacement of active device by the H parameter model. Here the active device is BJT. So the BJT is replaced with the H parameter model. So this is the base terminal, this is the emitter terminal. So this is base, this is emitter terminal, this is collector terminal. So the between base and emitter we have an input resistance called HIE, and between collector and emitter terminal we have the current generator HFE-IB. So the remaining, the input side we had a voltage source that is now converted into current source IS and parallel resistance RS. The RF is the feedback resistance appears in the input side as well as in the output side. So this is the load resistance, that is collector, it is available in the collector region. So this is connected here. We can combinedly called as capital R. The parallel combination of RS and RF can be written as capital R. Similarly, the combination of RF and RC called as a RC dash. For this circuit, we are going to find the gain of the basic amplifier, gain of the feedback network, then remaining parameters we are going to see in the next steps. Step 5. Finding the open loop gain of the amplifier. In this step, we are going to perform the finding the open loop gain. Here the basic amplifier is nothing but the trans resistance amplifier. Hence, we have to find the RM, trans resistance gain RM should be found. For that, what is the formula? Ohm's law. By writing Ohm's law, I can write RM is equal to output voltage by input source current. So the output voltage can be rewritten as, using Ohm's law, I0 into RC, load resistance, RC by IS. Okay, so let it be considered as the equation A. Next, we have to expand this expression. So this is the ratio of the output current and input source current. We have to find the intermediate stages so that we can calculate this expression. So the I0 by IS can be expanded as I0 by IC into IC by IB into IB by IS. Okay, so look at this diagram. Here we have many more currents. IB current is the base current, flows into the base. Then IC is the collector current, flows through the collector to emitter. The I0 current flows through the load resistance RC. Hence we come from the output to input. So I0 by IC, we use the current divider rule in this circuit. From this I can derive I0 by IC. Similarly, so it's a transistor's gain is nothing but HFE. HFE can be written as IC by IB. In the input side we have two currents. One is input current source, second is the base current. So here also I can perform current divider rule. I can find IB by IS. Okay. So this is expanded as I naught by IC into IC by I by into IB by IS. So this can be equation 1. Now we are going to write separately for each current ratios. The first current ratio we have in the input side, there are two resistances RS, RF. So using this, in the output side we have two resistances RF and RC. Using these two resistances we apply current divider rule. I can write it as minus RF by RF plus RC. This is the transistor's gain. Usually we can write collector current by the base current is equal to HFE. In the input side we have R, the combination of parallel combination of RS and RF called as a capital R, that is parallel with HIE. So we take these two as the main resistances. We form the current divider rule. So IB by IS can be written as R by R plus HIE. These individual current sources can be written as equation 2, 3 and 4. Finally, we combine 2, 3, 4 to find the RM value. Either we can write like this: RM is equal to the individual multiplication of individual current ratios I naught by IC into IC by IB into IB by IS into RC. Otherwise, we substitute all the values. Finally, we can write minus HFE into RF, R by RF plus RC, R plus HIE. This will become equation 6. So usually we can perform either this or that and find the RM value. Step 6, finding the gain of the feedback network. In this step we are going to find the feedback gain, that is beta. So for finding the beta we have to concern about the feedback component. The feedback component is nothing but RF here. The potential available in the base is VI. Potential available in the collector region is V0. So we have to form the Ohm's law. Using Ohm's law I can write IF is the feedback current is equal to VI minus V0 by RF. So here what we consider is VI is 0. VI is very less than V0. Hence we replace VI with 0. Finally, we get minus V0 by RF. So what is the beta value? Beta value is nothing but IF by V0. So V0 is brought to the left hand side, becomes as denominator. Finally, the remaining term exists here is minus 1 by RF. So what is the beta value? Feedback network gain is nothing but beta is equal to minus 1 by RF. Step 7, it is a final step. Here we calculate desensitivity factor, current gain, voltage gain, overall current gain and voltage gain, input resistance with feedback and output resistance with feedback. Here we are going to find the desensitivity and remaining parameters we are going to derive here. First step, the desensitivity. So the desensitivity is nothing but D is equal to 1 plus beta RM. We substitute R value and RM value and beta value here. The RF gets cancelled. Finally, we get 1 plus HFE R by RF plus RC plus into R plus HIE. Otherwise, we can write directly the expression 1 plus beta into RM. The second parameter is closed loop trans resistance. So already we have found RM. From this we have to find RMF. So RMF is the closed loop trans resistance, means trans resistance with feedback is nothing but open loop gain by the desensitivity factor. Next parameter is voltage gain with feedback. So here we find the voltage gain. So the voltage gain is nothing but AVF. AVF can be written as output voltage by input source. So V0 by Vs. Vs can be written as Is into Rs. V0 by Is already we know, that is nothing but RMF. RMF by Rs is the voltage gain with feedback. Next, the input resistance with feedback, RIF we have to find. For that we should know what is RI. RI is nothing but the parallel combination of R and HIE. So RIF is nothing but RI by D, because it is type of shunt type of mixing, means usually the feedback, the input resistance with feedback decreases by the desensitivity factor D. Okay, so this can be written like this. Here we find output resistance with feedback ROF. ROF is nothing but RO by 1 plus beta or small m. So here we make a small difference, or small m we are using, means we are going to remove the load resistance. So here the load resistance is RC. We are going to remove by opening the load resistance. So R small m is equal to, we are applying the limitation. So limit RC tends to infinity of R capital M. R capital M is already we found in the step 5. Okay, that we are going to make it Rm is equal to I naught into Rf. V naught is nothing but I naught into Rf. Is already written. So I naught by Is we have to expand as in the step 5. I naught by IC into IC by I by into IB by IS into RF. So here we write individual current ratios as in the step 5. I naught by IC can be written as minus RF by RF plus RC. Here we are going to apply RC tends to infinity. Hence RC is open. So we neglect this RC. So RF and RF get cancel. Finally we get minus 1. So the ratio I naught by IC is nothing but minus 1 here. So remaining ratios as usual in the step 5. So R small m is nothing but minus IC by I by IB into IB by IS into RF. Okay. Hence ROF without considering RL or RC load resistance decreases due to voltage sampling. Because of voltage sampling it decreases, output resistance also decreases. As we seen earlier in the input resistance, in input resistance we perform the shunt type of mixing, hence input resistance also decreases. Here in output resistance also decreases because of the voltage sampling. Voltage sampling means also shunt connection. So ROF is equal to R naught by 1 plus beta Rm. So what is R naught here? The R naught is modified here. Usually the R naught is nothing but the internal output resistance R naught parallel to RF. So what is R naught? Due to early effect, R naught made as infinity. So the parallel combination of infinity and RF becomes as RF. So we replace R naught with RF. So this is the final expression of ROF. From this figure, when we consider RC, when we consider the load resistance RC, from the figure I can write R naught dash is nothing but parallel combination of R naught and RC. So we won't bother about now RF here. We take RC with parallel combination of the entire output circuit. Okay. Next we can write R naught dash is equal to RF. R naught already is replaced with RF because in the previous expression what we understood is R naught is parallel combination of RF. So the internal output resistance is infinity due to early effect. So that is parallel with RF. So finally we get RF. So what is R naught? R naught becomes as RF. Hence we replace R naught with RF. So now the RF is parallel combination with RC. So this combinedly I can write it as RC dash. So finally R naught becomes as RC dash here, where RC dash is equal to RF parallel to RC. So finally we have to find the output resistance with feedback considering the load resistance RL. Okay, but for that this expression is already obtained in the effect of input and output resistance of voltage shunt feedback amplifier. You please refer in that area. ROF dash is equal to RO dash by D. So RO dash by D is expanded as 1 plus beta into Rm. Okay. Otherwise, I can write ROF dash is equal to ROF parallel to RL. So what is RL here is, we can replace with RC. Hence, the final expression written as ROF parallel to RC. So finally, I can write either this expression or I can write ROF dash is equal to ROF parallel to RC.